All right, fourth grade, woohoo! Let's do another fraction problem. We are working with unlike denominators with fractions when we're adding or subtracting them together. So let's start with our first problem. We have 3/5, and we are adding 1/2 to 3/5. First thing I have to do is look and make sure that my denominators are the same. Uh-oh, they're not the same. Next up, now that I know these are not the same, is I'm looking at the denominator, the 5 and the 2, and I need to find common multiples between 5 and 2. So I'm going to make a t-chart for 5, and I'm going to make a t-chart for 2. And I know that I can just start with a few multiples and see if there's anything common before I move on and make a t-chart for all of the facts that I know. So let's start with 5. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is what I'm going to multiply 5 by. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 5, 25. So I have my t-chart for 5. My next t-chart is going to be for 2. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this is what I'm going to multiply by 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 5 is 10. Now I have a few multiples, both of 2 and 5, and I want to see if there's any that are the same. First of all, 0 is not actually a multiple, so I'm going to start by crossing out my zeros. They're not going to help me. Let's look at the 2's. I have a 2 over here. Do I have any 2's? Nope, I don't. I have a 4 over here. Do I have any 4's? Nope, I don't. Notice I'm starting with the smaller number and comparing it to the larger number. I have 6. Oh, there's no 6's. I have 8. No 8's. I have 10. Oh, there is a 10. Look, there's a 10 here and a 10 there. There's also not a 5 in any of the 2's. So now that I've found a common multiple, and so the first one I came to, I know that this is the smallest or the least multiple that's the same for both 5 and 2. Now I can go on and rework this fraction. Just so that way I have space, I'm going to work it over here. So I have 3/5, and I'm wanting to make this 5, which is the denominator, a 10. If I look back at the t-chart, I see that I multiplied 5 by 2 to get to 10. So 5 times 2. Whatever I do to the denominator, or the bottom number, I also have to do to the top number. So 3 times 2. I'm going to go ahead and solve that over here. So 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6. My sign is telling me I need to add. It's really important that I'm always double checking that sign. And then I have another fraction I'm going to rework. So looking at my 2's now. 2 times something gets me to 10. When I look, it's 2 times 5, so 5. Whatever I multiply to the bottom, I also have to multiply on the top. I can rewrite the correct answer over here. 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 5 is 5. Now I can look, are my denominators the same? Yay, they are. That means I can move on. I know my denominator will be 10. I'm looking at my numerator, 6 plus 5. And then I'm actually going to solve that. Remember, it's out of 10. 6 plus 5, close to a double, it's 11. So my ending answer is 11 tenths, or 11 out of 10. Woohoo, fractions!